Age 50, Tuesday morning. He's sitting in the cab of a used pickup truck. Nothing fancy. A travel mug of coffee. A job site visible through the windshield. He pulls out his phone, opens an app. The camera holds on the screen just long enough to read one line. Net worth, $1,037,842. He closes the app, takes a sip, drives. No celebration, no fanfare, just another Tuesday. How does a man who started at $19 an hour end up there? Not through luck, not through inheritance, not through some side hustle that went viral. Through 32 years of one decision made over and over again. But the path wasn't straight. There was a moment, one specific moment, where everything almost collapsed. We'll get there. But first, let's go back to where it all started. Rewind. 32 years earlier. Tyler is 18. It's his first real week on a construction site. Hard hat still clean, hands not yet calloused. He's doing the math in his head on the drive home. $19 an hour, 40 hours a week.
That's $760 after taxes, somewhere around $604 for the week. A little over $2,400 a month take home. And the question that settles in quietly, the way doubt always does, is this enough? My name is Nick, and I spend way too much time thinking about money, financial psychology, and why some people who start at the very bottom end up building real wealth, while others with the same income spend 40 years wondering where it all went. If you've ever done the math on your paycheck and felt that same quiet doubt Tyler felt, hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up, because I'm about to show you the exact path from $19 an hour to over $1 million. Real numbers, real timeline, one construction worker's story. Now, before we get into the blueprint, I want to give you a number. One number. And I want you to hold on to it for the entire video, because it's going to come back. That number is $847 a month. Invested consistently at an average 8% annual return, starting at age 18. That number, held for 32 years, becomes $1,037,842. That's it. That's the whole secret. But knowing the number and actually building the house are two completely different things. So let's start with the foundation. The foundation. Age 18 to 25. Every house starts with a foundation. Get this wrong, and nothing you build on top of it matters. For Tyler, the foundation is not about getting rich. It's about not getting poor. The first thing Tyler does with his first real paycheck is something almost nobody on his job site does. He opens a separate savings account and sets up an automatic transfer for $200 a month. Not $847. Not yet. Just $200. Because Tyler is 18, he's making entry-level wages, and the most important financial move at this stage is not optimizing. It's building the habit before life gets loud. And life gets loud fast. By age 20, Tyler's coworkers are driving brand new pickups. $45,000 trucks on 7-year loans. You know the ones. Gleaming, lifted, loud. The payment is around $670 a month plus insurance, and every single one of them tells Tyler the same thing. You work hard. You deserve it. And Tyler feels it, that pull, because he does work hard. He's been pouring concrete in 95-degree heat for 2 years. He deserves something nice. But Tyler does the math, and the math tells a different story. $670 a month in truck payments, plus $250 in insurance, plus $350 in fuel for a vehicle getting 15 miles per gallon. That's $1,270 a month, $15,240 a year. Going to a machine that loses 20% of its value the moment it leaves the lot. Tyler buys a used Honda Civic for $7,000 cash. His coworkers laugh. He lets them. By 22, Tyler bumps his monthly investment to $400. By 24, after a raise and a promotion to crew lead, he gets to $600. His emergency fund now covers 4 months of expenses. The foundation is solid. Not glamorous, not impressive to look at, but solid. At 25, something interesting happens. Mini Climax 1. Age 25. Tyler versus his college friend. Tyler has a friend. Let's call him Marcus. Marcus went to a 4-year university, graduated with $48,000 in student loans, and just landed his first real job at 23, after spending a year searching. Marcus earns $55,000 a year. He feels like he's finally arrived. At 25, Marcus's net worth is roughly negative $31,000. Loans, credit card debt, and a car payment he took on to look the part at his new office. Tyler's net worth at 25 is approximately $47,000. No debt. $22,000 in a Roth IRA and index funds. $12,000 emergency fund. $13,000 in his checking and short-term savings. Tyler isn't rich, but Tyler is winning a race that Marcus doesn't even know they're running. And here's the thing about a head start with compound interest. It doesn't just give you more money, it gives you more time. And time is the most expensive thing in the world of investing because you can't buy it back. The foundation is complete. Time to frame the house. The framing. Age 25 to 30. Framing is where a house starts to look like something. You can finally see the shape of what you're building. For Tyler, the framing years are about three things: earning more, owning something, and staying out of his own way. At 26, Tyler gets his foreman certification. This is the move that almost nobody around him makes. Most of his coworkers are comfortable at their current rate. But Tyler has been studying, taking a weekend course, paying out of pocket for a certification that costs $1,800, but bumps his hourly rate from $21 to $27. That's a $12,480 annual raise. And Tyler funnels most of it directly into investments. His monthly contribution hits $700. He's closing in on $847. At 28, Tyler does something that feels terrifying at the time. He buys a duplex. Not a dream home, a beat-up 2-unit property that needs work. He puts 15% down using savings he's built over a decade. He lives in one unit. He rents the other for $1,100 a month. His mortgage is $940. The tenant is essentially paying Tyler to live in his own home. And because Tyler actually knows how to do construction work, he handles most of the repairs himself. What would cost another landlord $4,000 in labor costs, Tyler an afternoon. By 30, Tyler's monthly investment contribution finally reaches $847, the number we've been carrying since age 18. The full rate is locked in. The framing is done. The house has a shape. But this is also when the villain comes back. The truck returns. Age 30. Tyler is 30. He's a foreman. He owns property. He's invested consistently for 12 years. And a new model year truck just dropped. $52,000. Heated seats, tow package, all of it. One of his crew members is picking one up this weekend and keeps sending Tyler photos. Tyler runs the numbers again. Not just the monthly payment, the real number. $52,000 invested at 8% over 20 years becomes approximately $242,000. That's what the truck actually costs. Not $52,000. $242,000. In future wealth destroyed. He does not buy the truck. His net worth at 30 is $134,000. His truck-buying coworker from age 20 has a net worth of $11,000. The gap is no longer small. It is now a canyon. The setback. Age 34. Here is where the story stops being a straight line. Tyler is 34. He's been doing this for 16 years. He's disciplined. He's consistent. He has a system that works. And then one morning, on a job site he's worked 100 times before, he falls from scaffolding. Nothing life-threatening, but serious. A broken wrist, 2 cracked ribs, a ligament in his knee that will require surgery. He is off the job site for 11 weeks. No site work means reduced income. The medical bills start arriving. The surgery alone is $6,200 after insurance. His income drops by 40% during recovery. And this is the moment. This is the test that every financial plan eventually faces. Not whether you can save when things are going well. Whether the structure holds when everything shakes. Tyler does not touch his investments. He does not sell a single index fund. He does not raid his Roth IRA. He does not take out a personal loan. His emergency fund absorbs the entire blow. All of it. Exactly what it was built for. Back when he was 18 and the only thing he had was $200 a month and the patience to let it pile up. He heals. He returns to the site. His investments kept compounding the entire time he was lying in a hospital bed. The house didn't fall, because the foundation held. But here's what he realizes during those 11 weeks sitting at home with nothing to do but think. He never wants to be dependent on showing up in person to earn money again. The walls and roof. Age 35 to 40. At 35, Tyler gets his contractor's license. This is the move that changes the math entirely. Tyler can now take on his own projects, subcontract crews, bid jobs independently. His effective hourly rate goes from $27 to somewhere between $45 and $65, depending on the job. In his first year as a licensed contractor, Tyler earns $94,000. The year after, $112,000. His monthly investment jumps from $847 to $1,400. The walls of the house are going up fast now. His duplex has also appreciated significantly. He refinances, pulls out equity, and uses it as a down payment on a second rental property. He now has 2 income streams that run whether he shows up or not. Rent checks arrive on the first of the month, regardless of whether Tyler is on a job site or sitting on a beach. At 38, the truck appears one final time. He's at a dealership getting his vehicle serviced. A salesman walks him over to a brand new $67,000 model. Loaded. Beautiful. The salesman asks what he does. Tyler says he's a contractor. The salesman says this is practically a tax write-off. Tyler smiles. He knows how depreciation works better than this man does. He thanks him. He drives home in his used truck, the one that still works fine, the one that cost him nothing in opportunity. His net worth at 40 is $411,000. The roof is on. The house is almost finished. Compounding takes over. Age 40 to 45. Something strange happens in Tyler's mid-40s. He starts doing less work. Not because he's lazy, because the math starts doing the work for him. At 8% annual growth, a $411 portfolio generates approximately $32,880 in a single year. Tyler never had to earn that money. Nobody paid him for his time. Nobody hired him for his skills. The money just showed up because the money was already there. By 43, his investment returns in a single year exceed what he used to earn in 3 months of physical labor at $19 an hour. Think about that. The Tyler at 18 would have had to work 90 days to earn what the Tyler at 43 earns in his sleep. This is the inflection point that almost nobody reaches. Not because it's impossible, but because most people cash out somewhere between age 20 and 35 on a truck, a lifestyle, a bad year, or the moment it got hard. Tyler didn't. At 45, Tyler opens his investment app on a Tuesday morning. His portfolio reads $623,000. He can see the finish line. For the first time in his life, he can actually see it. The finished house. Age 50. We're back where we started. Tuesday morning. Used truck. Coffee. Job site through the windshield. Tyler opens his phone. The number on the screen is $1,037,842. He closes the app, takes a sip, drives. Now you know what that moment cost. Not luck, not a windfall, not a viral moment or a crypto bet. 32 years of $847 a month. One fall from scaffolding that almost broke everything and broke nothing that mattered. One truck he never bought. Once, twice, 3 times. A foundation laid at 18 that held through the worst moment of his life. But here's what I want you to sit with. Every house Tyler ever built made someone else wealthy. The developer who sold it. The family who lived in it. The bank that held the mortgage. Tyler showed up, did the work, built the thing, and handed the keys to somebody else. This time, he built one for himself, with the same hands, the same early mornings, the same discipline he brought to every job site. The only thing that changed was what he did with $847. Look, $19 an hour is not a limitation. It's a starting point. And starting points are just the place where the foundation goes in. Most people are waiting for a better job, a higher salary, a lucky break, before they start building. But the construction workers who end up wealthy are the ones who understand something the rest of the crew doesn't. You don't need a perfect income to build something that lasts. You need a solid foundation. You need to know what the truck really costs. And you need to keep building, even when you fall. The blueprint exists. Tyler just proved it.